Our story starts with 4 robbers who, during a heist, hack the cameras and sneak inside. They take down every guard in their way, focused on stealing the loot and finishing the job. But just as they're about to leave, an unknown rabbit appears. Yes, a 6-foot-tall talking rabbit. They point their guns at it, but the rabbit starts speaking, saying, "You Americans are the best among the human species, and yet despite all that, you are just as ignorant as the rest of humanity. Whatever you cannot understand, you mercilessly burn and destroy. And just look at where your ignorance has brought you. In your pursuit of these $10 million, you have completely forgotten about what truly matters." Saying this, it starts to cover its hands with glass, moving toward a sword, and upon hearing this, one of the robbers says in great surprise, "Wait a minute, how do you know we're going to get $1.5 million from this heist?" The rabbit, looking quite deadpan, answers coolly, "Because I was the one who set the price for this heist." After finishing his sentence, he breaks the glass and pulls the sword out from inside it. The sword is quite... He explains, he clarifies, he says that the name of this sword is the Demon Knight Sparda. He explains, he clarifies, he says that the name of this sword is Demon Knight Sparda. Isn't it such a ridiculous joke that such a dangerous sword from the underworld is being kept safe in a small cramped place behind a piece of glass? He asks Letiero a question. Imagine if there were no hell. Just how many sins upon sins would humans keep committing? It's quite astonishing that people only restrain themselves out of fear of the world of hell. He keeps himself away from his sins, and that world is none other than my world. So from all this, we can at least gather that this is a demon who has come from hell. One of those looters steps forward and says, "Rabbit, you're acting all high and mighty, but that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the price you've set for these priceless stones dead mailing. We want that at any cost." To this, Rabbit replies, "He at least Saying this, Rabbit immediately swings his sword and with great skill slashes the looter's neck right there. Seeing this, the rest of the looters become extremely frightened. They quickly fire their bullets at him and advance, but Rabbit isn't holding back either. We see how, with the tip of his sword, he deflects and cuts through each and every bullet coming his way. That's what happens, my friends. And it's just a matter of a glance before, one by one, Rabbit tears apart all those robbers right there. Somehow, by the time security arrives, Rabbit triggers the bombs and uses the ensuing chaos to make a quick escape from there. So, usually most anime stories start with our main character, but this time the story is a little different. This time the story begins with our enemy. The scene cuts to an unknown mother and her daughter, where the mother, while chasing after her daughter's toy, ends up in a deserted, unfamiliar alley. Before she can get out of there, she suddenly finds herself surrounded by some unknown demons. She screams, and someone hears her voice. But before that, the demons crush the spirit of that unknown woman. Just before this happens, our main character Dante makes a grand entrance. And now we see how Dante, relying on his shooting skills, not only takes on all 3 demons alone, but also finishes them off right then and there. The mother thanks him, and just as they are about to leave, our main character Dante suddenly sees the shadow of a demon inside that little girl. If he wanted, he could have finished off the girl right then, but because of the mother's panic and commotion, he isn't able to do much. Unfortunately, the mother takes her demon baby away from there. Now, in the very next moment, we see news channels covering the incident that happened that night. But since they failed to verify the rabbit, they end up putting all the blame on Russian technology instead. So, regarding all this, a Russian YouTuber is broadcasting that they blindly put the blame for everything on Russia without thinking. The broadcaster explains that they have done a lot of research on this and eventually discovered that all these incidents are actually caused by demons from hell who are behind all these terrorist attacks. But people start making a lot of fun of his statements and memes about him begin to circulate on social media. No friends, even though people are making fun of this everywhere, inside the White House, a completely different story is unfolding. Yes friends, inside the White House, we can sense that fear between Pick and K. We can see it. Inside the White House, researchers say that the DNA samples there indicate that whoever came there was something beyond just human. Even though their genes are related to Homo sapiens, they are born differently from us. After this, many times demons have been seen among humans in official CCTV footage, and they have also been recorded. All of this CCTV footage has been taken recently, and all these incidents have also occurred recently. My brothers, they say that humans have always been in search of something else, but by mistake humans ended up meeting demons. Even though humans failed to meet aliens, but in the process, we ended up meeting demons. And during this research, we discovered the bridge between humans and hell, which was acting as a wall between the two dimensions. There wasn't even a hole in that wall. Thousands of years of quantum fields had completely sealed it. But due to repeated and continuous natural changes, a small opening forms in this quantum field, which we commonly refer to as a portal. This portal does allow demons to enter, but at the same time, it still works to block them. As a result, only a few demons can enter the human world at any given time. This is where Dr. Dark comes in, who has done extensive research on this. The foundation is funded by the vice president, and just then, another unknown person enters and says that they have obtained the CCTV footage of that building. When they play it, it sends chills down their spines. We can see how that rabbit was mercilessly killing those robbers. Seeing this, they finally get proof that all the research the doctor had done about these teams was completely true. There, the rabbit makes some major announcements, saying that the gates of hell will soon be fully opened. If anyone wants to join this celebration, be a part of it, or even catch this rabbit, then go and tame the hunter. From the depths of my heart, I warmly welcome you all. After witnessing all this, it's as if their hearts are about to leap out of their mouths. The vice president starts speaking here. We spent years searching for evidence of demons and ghosts. Science never denied their existence, nor did it ever truly acknowledge it. But today we have provided proof of everything. In fact, we didn't even have to find the evidence. The evidence came to us on its own. Yes, now, with God's will, we will take our fight to the demons. We will drag them and throw them back into their own world, meaning all the way to hell. So here, the doctor tells Masjid that just like the rabbit said, if you want to be part of this celebration and want to catch me, then first you have to find that hunter. Here by hunter, it means the demon hunter. So, my brothers, yes, here the vice president gives his orders to bring all the demon hunters to him, and among all the demon hunters, the most talented one is none other than our main character, Dante. We see how all the forces start capturing the demon hunters one by one. Now the story shifts to our main character, Dante, who comes to a restaurant to pick up his order when suddenly an unknown demon attacks. Emerging from the fire is none other than his twin brother. Seeing him, he is utterly shocked and says, "But you were supposed to be dead." He manages to say this with great difficulty. Memories of his childhood start to resurface, and he also begins to recall that fear. Well friends, as for what Dante's fear actually is, we'll find out as the story progresses. And then we learn that it's not really his brother, but actually a demon. Yes friends, it's that same demon baby, the demon that can take on anyone's form. Somehow Dante manages to shoot at the demon. The demon escapes into the ventilation system to hide. So Dante also shoots at the floor and immediately enters the ventilation room. He's searching for the demon in the room when the demon suddenly sneaks up behind him. And now, somehow, Dante is about to get hit by the demon's attack. Suddenly, the scene cuts and shifts back to the investigation. They're roughing up all the demon hunters and questioning them, asking what they know about Rabbit. The demon hunters then tell them, "Actually, Rabbit isn't after us, but after Dante, because out of all the hunters, he's the strongest and the most promising. That's why Rabbit is so interested in him." Now the story shifts back to Dante, where the attack is just about to hit him. Dante dodges it quite easily, and here we see that it's not Dante who's in danger from the demons, but rather the demons who are in danger from Dante. And with that, our episode ends here for now.